Yo, what's good? This is Corey, your friendly neighborhood massage technician, coming to you from Touch of Liberation. It is Sunday. I just got out of church, Heart and Soul Center of Light. Just got done. Preacher today was Reverend Angelo Allen. Really did a great job in presenting what he wanted us to understand today. So my thoughts on what I picked up from Heart and Soul Center of Light today. He had a couple of really good ideas and concepts that he brought to the attention of the congregation. Um, One of them is self prayer, right? He was stating as a preacher practitioner of the healing arts, as he was stating from his own self, that he does a lot of prayer for other people, but does not make the same amount of effort to do the same prayers for oneself. And just being mindful of the fact that you can give a lot of your attention out to people and tend to ignore, or I don't want to say ignore, but just tend to forget that you also are in need of prayer. And you don't necessarily have to sit down and wait for someone else to pray for you. You can sit down and pray for yourself. And sometimes that gets lost in translation. So just making that mental effort to to think yourself, and to hope for your well-being, hope for your own faith and destination to be at your doorstep. you know so that was point number one. Point number two came with the idea he was bringing up about resistance, and knowing the fact that societies have resisted in many civilizations and many cultures, and it usually ends up the same stories. Those who have the power tend to force their power on others, and they must be forced back on, and it's force and force and force and force. It's these powers that force themselves upon each other, not knowing that they're forcing themselves upon each other with the same discontent, so to speak. No one's actually taking in the conversation because everyone's yelling. It's a cancellation. So the quote that came from this idea was, "What we resist persists." So those things that we have a distaste for, or disliking towards, that we show a negative character to, stays with us. It doesn't go away because we resist it. It stays because we have no idea what it is. It wants attention just like we do. So what we resist persists. It's better to welcome what persists on us, so that we can understand and know what best to do for this persistence, than it would be to resist its presence, if that makes sense. So I did pick that up. He gave a formula for understanding this through an empathetic mindset, and that is like a mind-heart approach to understanding others in their viewpoints and their perspectives. And that is, from a mind perspective, I understand what you're saying, and from a heart perspective, I sense what you're feeling. These two have to come together in order to have a true empathetic ear for what someone is relaying to you. You must understand what they say. You don't necessarily have to agree with it. Not have to agree with it at all. You can have your own views. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand it. I don't have to agree to it. And sometimes that gets lost in translation. But then the other part to that, of course, is I feel what you're saying. I sense that. I've felt that before, because every understanding comes with an experience. An experience comes with a sense, a feeling, an observation. That we live in this world through senses. How could we not sense what's going on with the concept that you bring from your mind? They are interchangeable. You have to look at them both in order to understand someone fully. That's an empathetic approach to understanding one's views and perspectives. And with that, people feel more recognized and valid, and will lighten themselves in some respects. You know, they don't have to stand so forcefully with their words when they know that they have been understood and they have been felt. Which leads to the other part of it, which this was pulled from the Holy Bible, Psalms 46:10, in the verse. Well, I'm just only going to read a part of it, which is, "Be still and know I am God." When he presented this verse from the Bible, he also presented a lexical aid from ancient Hebrew to the understanding of the word "be still," which is to let fall, let drop, or relax thy hand, right? When you hear it said, "be still," it sounds like a forceful command coming down from God. Be still. It sounds like force. But when you really think about what God is saying, it's relax and know that I am God. This is a very calm character we're talking about here. And when you really think about it, now if I'm right, I mean, just take religion out of this. Just like really think about this. If I am an all-powerful being, why would I have to force my hand on anybody? Why would I even have to talk that way? Why would I have to be an authority to anybody? I'm all powerful. I'm all powerful. I'll be chilling out like it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you're worried and stuff like that about what's going to happen. It's like, no, relax, be still. God, what you mean? What you worried about? Be still. You know, relax. You know, things are very difficult to take in when you don't have a relaxed state of mind. You will force them out through reaction. And I mentioned this in the exercise, through a parasympathetic way of approaching life. Through a sympathetic way of approaching life. You force things out because you're only going to look at them from a fight, flight, or freeze perspective. Parasympathetically, you can relax and listen and observe and take in your senses. Relax. So that which is of God is from a relaxed state of mind. Why would you have to force an all-powerful hand? Why? Be still. Relax. Know that I am God. All that is around me is God. What will happen is of God's hand. Chill. You're okay. You're in the hand of God. Everything is mine. Relax. So, I like that idea. I like seeing it from that perspective. I like to think of God as a chill entity. And that would make sense, because there's no reason for me to be angry or forceful about anything if everything is under my watch and under my control. Why fret? So yeah, that was the big takeaways I got from the talk today. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Again, the singing was beautiful. Man, can't get away from the artists that they bring to Heart Soul Center of Light, like, really drive that spirit and that excitement, and that and that love, that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful love that they present. Um, so with that, I'm going to end this, and I hope that this helps your Sunday, helps you get through it, helps you power through it to the next weeks, so that you can be the best self, your best self, the best self that you can ever be in this existence. Because you will be if you continue to work, and relax. Be still. Either way, this is Corey, your friendly neighborhood massage technician, coming to you from a touch of liberation. And be well.